Hello and welcome to the Flexline Media feature card back 9 coverage of round 1 here at the inaugural 2021 Timaru Tūkauati. This tournament is sponsored by Chris Smith Disc Golf and our coverage is brought to you by Vortica Disc Golf. My name is Chris Hoopmann.
And I'm Jeremy Brokenshire.
So good to have you back here for the back 9. It's been a pretty rough day with the conditions, but we're ready to get stuck into this back 9. Here we see our feature card through 9 holes, battling on. Ashton Clark doing well, tied for second at even.
Echo Lee, plus 16 for the round.
Keeson tied for 63rd. Jacob Eder tied in 24th. He's at 4 over par.
And Andrew Falconer tied 47th on plus 8.
Yeah, we've got a lot of tied positions here after the first round. Well, front 9, I should say. But we're ready to get into hole 10, par 3, 87 metres. Quite a tricky hole. We've got this first line of trees and kind of steps up over this rock wall to the second line of trees that guides the basket.
With an OB footpath through the middle and an OB road long. A hole you definitely don't want to overthrow it.
Probably going to see some forehands or turnovers.
Yeah, I saw a lot of spike hyzer lines as well.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Just have to get over that bush on the right-hand side, I suppose. This is Jacob with his Raptor, leaking left. And I don't think he's on the path, so he should be safe.
Ashton with his Buzz.
Asking for it to turn, but didn't quite get the reaction he wanted.
It's a long way for a Buzz in these conditions.
Andrew picking his angle. I think he's going for a turnover. Looks like he's throwing that Firehawk.
He's leaning quite heavily on this disc.
Was he going for a roller? I'm not sure. I think he's in that tree to the left there. Didn't quite catch that one on catch cam.
Perhaps a little thrower.
And there's a forehand, presumably the strike there from Echo. And she hasn't made the second level. She'll be stuck behind that wall. You can see over here.
That footing is going to be tough in that slippery mud.
It's probably honestly fortunate she's throwing the standstill forehand, which is good in these conditions.
I know I would hate to be doing an X-step through that mud.
Yeah, and here we see Andrew. He is caught up in this tree. So it'll be interesting to see how he escapes. Looks like he's going to go for like a forehand.
Great up shot from Andrew.
Fantastic from where he was. And this looks like a great up from Echo. Look at that.
Well done. Should be tapping in her bogey there. Jacob, another little hyzer up shot.
Oh. Catching that guardian of the green.
Fortunately, finding some cabbage there.
You reckon that was going long?
No, I think he was alright with the hyzer line.
Yeah. Oh.
Always pulled that one. And with a great kick.
Oh, what a kick. Wow. Ashton getting saved by the tree there. That was very right. Bit of grip lock. Can Jacob save his par? Nah, that was a layup.
Wow, the wind got hold of that one.
Just had to take his bogey.
Routine tap-ins to finish this one off.
Yeah, great par there for Andrew, I reckon. That'll make him feel pretty good. He was letting a few putts go in the front 9, so good to get back on the green and get some pars in. Ashton continuing his fine form with the pars.
Staying on even. If he can keep that up, he's going to be right up there on perhaps even lead card.
Not terrible from our feature card here on hole 10. On to hole 11, par 3, 92 metres. Another right-hand turning fairway.
Another really, really well-designed hole with a lot of OB car park on the right and a lot of natural hazards as well, with a lot of trees and a drainage ditch through the middle of the hole.
Yeah, you can see those tussocks down the bottom of the screen there. That is a drainage ditch that is quickly filling up with water.
Ashton with a Buzz off the tee, leaving it a little bit short, but that'll be safe. This hole averaged 0.08 strokes over par for the round.
Pretty difficult. I guess it is at 92 metres, and with that right-hand fairway, it's a tricky one.
It almost plays like almost like an island green as well.
True. I guess if you're not getting over that drainage ditch, you're probably just going to be laying up. This is a Buzz from Jacob.
It's a nice bright looking green
Yeah,
buzz.
probably a bit higher on the nose angle than he wanted. That's kind of sawed off. And he'll be in a tricky spot on the left side of the fairway.
May need that fluoro green plastic to find it.
Yeah. And Echo, nice flat release with that forehand. And she is right up there.
Great shot from Echo.
Yep. Awesome. I'm sure she'll make short work of that upshot with her judge. Andrew's going to want to make sure he gets nice and close with his upshot.
Oh, we should really take that hood off.
He's got a cap on though. Is that when did that appear?
It's a good question.
Not sure, but I'm not sure if it worked in his favour because he's found himself in that ditch.
You can see how strong the wind was with those cones with the caution tape
In the car park.
being blown over.
This should be pretty routine from Ashton. Goes a little bit long, pushing that natural hazard further deep in the basket, but that'll be pretty simple for him. And yeah, Jacob kind of cut off.
Look at this footing here from Jacob.
And that's like a scuba thing.
Scuba overhand.
Yeah. Bit of a creative throw from Jacob. Doesn't really work for him, but at least he's got closer to the pin. Andrew a little bit frustrated with that attempt. He had difficult footing though. Oh. Airball from Jacob.
Want to be at least collecting metal for those ones. A little tester coming back. Oh, he's done it again.
Well, he collected metal, but
Unfortunate
that roll as well. Yeah. It's not great for Jacob. Pretty short putts. He'd be wanting to get those. See if Ashton can tidy up the par, and he does.
Another nice par from Ashton.
It's not often that you celebrate a par streak, but Ashton is certainly doing well.
Today you do.
Andrew tapping in the bogey. Let's see if Jacob can make a good putt, get that double bogey. Yeah.
Stop the bleeding.
Mm-hmm. This is definitely achievable for Echo.
Ooh.
Oh,
Good little bid.
yeah. Yeah, it's a definitely the conditions I think are really slowing Echo down a bit on this course. I know that she can perform quite strongly, and she's always up in the top in the advanced women's division.
Hole 12, 93 meters. Big spike forehand or over the top of the mini golf course, which plays OB. The path running through the hole also plays as OB, but beyond the path is safe. Another great design hole by Chris Smith.
Yeah, 3 right-hand turning fairways in a row. So definitely favouring the forehand or the left-handed players out here. Here we see Ashton.
Moving those signs. He was, I had a practice round with him and he was doing the same thing. Apparently his follow-through leg ends up kicking the signs over, which is quite comical.
You can see it right there, straight through that space. Yeah, and that's not a bad result. He's probably not going to get his birdie, but it's a really tricky hole for the right-handers, and just landing it somewhere with a decent approach is a good result.
With that wind ripping through this hole as well, these are some good routine upshots, well, tee drives with easy upshots as Andrew skips off the path.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that inside that fenced area, the OB zone, played as almost like a lake hazard. So players weren't able to retrieve their discs until the lunchtime break.
Yeah, that's correct, Chris.
Which was quite a cool feature.
Yeah, can really bring the mental into play going if you choose to go over it, because you risk losing a disc that you may lean on heavily for the rest of the round.
Echo with that strike, just going to have to make sure she gets wide enough around to avoid the OB, and this is looking great.
Stay off the path.
Oh, just enough grass on that one to stay in bounds.
Fun fact, I believe those cobbles on the edge of the path actually played as safe for the weekend.
Oh, really?
As it was deemed a more defined line between the cobbles and the concrete.
There you go. Bit of Caroline Bay trivia. I wasn't even aware of that. Turnover approach for Andrew. Oh. And that has come up just safe.
Almost slid under the fence there. I didn't even know that came into play, but...
Feature card, playing with fire on hole 12. Good start from Ashton, but that'll be another par for him.
Good upshot by Echo. Routine tapping.
And great umbrella management from Gwen on the throw cam.
Fantastic.
Let's see if Andrew can get this one. Oh, he's been just a little bit low all day.
I can see a lot of strokes that he could have saved on the green today.
And the same for Jacob. It's so tough in these conditions just to commit and give it that little bit of extra oomph and power. Because, like, the energy that it takes just to stay warm and keep your mental game going well kind of takes it out of your arm. It
was a little bit of madness. A lot of respect to all the players that turned up to this tournament. It's a real testament to the players battling through these conditions. Hole 13, par 3, 97 metres. Straight across a wide open field with a OB path in the middle. Hazard lines long, don't play OB. Basically just a stock hyzer or a straight shot. Those palms in the right can come into play if you grip block a drive.
Looks like a bit of a soggy tee.
Yeah, there was actually an underwater tee on this one, which definitely got into the players' heads.
I just saw Ashton in the background of that shot moving the tee sign again.
I think this may be a common theme. I think he's kicked over some tee signs and some bags in his time.
Andrew going out a little bit to the right there. I believe he's throwing his Firehawk. This looks great rip from Echo. Straight up the middle, finding a puddle.
Jacob with his Raptor.
Matches the high vis lines on his hoodie. And he's gone out to the left. That's almost pin high, so he'll have a look. It's going to be tricky. You can see the flag in the background there blowing a gale.
Another open hole where the wind really came into play, ripping across this flat open field. Not to mention all the puddles.
Echo probably made almost a circle, I'd say. She's got a bush in between herself and the basket, though. It's not bad from Andrew.
Again, it'll be in that mentally straining zone of around 6 or so meters.
Ashton. Oh! Was that a run?
It was a ballsy run there from Ashton.
Yeah. Well, whatever way you look at it, he's now got a big bush between him and the basket, so it's going to be really tricky for him to save his par. He's been going bogey free up until now. Yeah. A little bit of a, tentative upshot from Jacob. He'll be under a tree.
Good up there from Echo. That'll leave her a nice easy tap in. Ashton having to use the knee to get around this bush. Yep, that may be the first bogey we see out of Ashton.
Yeah, he didn't really have much of another option. Kind of unfortunate to see him have to take that one. Oh, another cage hit from Andrew. It's becoming a bit of a theme. It's probably one of those things that I'm sure he's aware that it's a factor in his game, but just has to keep fighting through. That was a really good putt by Jacob there. Saved the par. Echo gets her bogey.
Ashton with his first bogey of the round. Unfortunate for Ashton.
And a bogey for Andrew.
Hole 14, 109 meters. Mando tree off the tee to the left, OB path right. Tricky hole, especially in this wind. Big turnover or a big forehand.
Yeah, another one that probably plays into the hands of the lefties a little bit. Certainly give them an advantage. We've got Jacob on the tee.
Throwing an ESP nuke, I believe. Overturn this one a little bit.
Almost collecting Hemi there. He's obviously got the umbrella protecting the noggin, but almost took his ankles out.
Ashton, Kotati off the tee.
Yeah, he'll want to make sure he gets plenty of turn out of this, and it doesn't look like he has. It's hyzering out to the left. I mean, at least it's a clear, open look.
It's a safe play, keeping away from that OB.
Yeah.
It's there's a high possibility of overturning it into the slight headwind that played on this hole.
Well, that was a bit of a thrower from Andrew with the Firehawk, but he hit a puddle and it kind of sat still.
It's tactically using the puddles for no ground play.
Echo with the forehand, presumably the Shrike again, just getting out into the middle. She can play up from there. This is a new disc we haven't seen her throw. I'm actually not sure what this one is, but a little bit too much hyzer. And it's dancing.
That looks like a night strike to me.
And it's still dancing. What?
Dancing night strike.
No one knows what's going on. But one thing's for sure is that it's out of bounds. That just kept spinning.
That was quite hilarious. I do find it funny how whenever discs find paths, they always manage to sit right in the middle of the path.
Good upshot there from Andrew from the middle of the puddle. Ashton. Yep, great. Great throw from the middle of the field. Probably his tactic, I would say. Little flick approach from Jacob, and can't paint it much better than that.
Great flick there. Would have thought Echo would have followed suit, but she's going to go with that little spin putt approach. Oh, and that works out.
Yep. Enough power to push through underneath that palm, and she's parked up by the basket. Bit of a tester here for Ashton.
Yeah. Can he keep the par streak alive, or is he going to go back to back?
Yep, back on the par train. Well, he's got one so far. Hopefully he can keep it alive through to the 18th hole.
1 over for the round, still pretty good.
Yeah.
Andrew again in that tricky range. That's better out of Andrew.
There it is.
That'll give him some confidence.
Putting with the West Side Discs Crown, another trilogy disc.
Great putter, very reliable. Ooh.
Oh, Echo, just a bit short.
Hole 14 also averaged 3.9 for the day. Moving on to hole 15, 80 meters, par 3. Two palms, but again, just a nice, open, windy hole.
Windy hole, I love it. Yeah, this one was also averaging over par. Not surprising, most of these holes were, at almost half a stroke over par. Great rip from Ashton. This is his Westside Disc Artie, which blows my mind because I've got an Artie and it's an absolute meat hawk. And 80 meters would be a good rip from me. And he's gone almost in a directly straight line, about 15 long. Like,
yeah, he's sent that.
He must have it nicely beaten in.
Andrew again with that Firehawk, leaning pretty heavily on it.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Must be doing good things for him. But yeah, that one just burnt over a little bit.
I've got a buzz here from Jacob, and
he just sent that one straight into one of the palm trees.
Yeah, saw him do that a few times in practice too.
Oh no, maybe one of those things that just like playing on his mind, and like
Yeah.
if you focus on it, then it's pretty much where it's going to end up.
Yeah, as I heard once from a New Zealand professional disc golfers, 30% mental, 30% mental, and 30% mental.
What's the next 10%?
Mental.
I'm not sure if that was a quote, but I mean, I definitely agree with the sentiment.
You know what I mean.
All right. He we see that orange disc again from Echo. That's a much nicer throw. Getting a bit of ground play, nice and straight. That's brilliant. Bit of an air bounce release from Andrew. Coming up short of that pond. At least he won't get wet feet on this one. But, I mean, you'd expect his feet are already pretty wet.
Oh, yeah. By about hole 7, I was pretty drenched, and I, like I said, just had given up at that point about getting wet.
Except your feet. I think it was the previous hole 14. I ran up the fairway to get the catch cam. Oh, as we see Ashton almost getting his birdie.
Great run there.
Yeah, running up that fairway and just almost stepping in every single puddle. I had like ankle-high boots and they were saturated by the end. I got up to hole 14 with dry feet, and then it was the last 4 holes that were just wet.
That's actually impressive. Echo trying to put it a bit higher this time, but going too high, overcorrecting perhaps. She'll tap out for her double. Unfortunate there.
Ashton trying to figure out if his mini's going to float or not. Establishing his lie. Completely embracing the wet feet.
Loving it. Another good par from Ashton there, and an unfortunate bogey for Jacob.
And likewise for Andrew. Moving into the middle of the loop. Hole 16, par 3, 79 metres. This tee has actually moved since practice due to kind of pretty much flooding over the alternate tee, which was installed for the tournament. Pretty similar hole, to be honest, maybe just a little bit shorter. And obviously this pool of water around the basket makes it a little bit tricky.
Hole 16, the only hole on the back 9 for this round, averaging under par.
Is that so? With this flooding around the basket? Wow. I mean, I guess, yeah, Ashton, what a great drive. And we get a Gecko Disc Sports replay.
Look at that follow flight. Little air bounce over the water.
Almost like a hydroplane.
Lovely
just
shot.
popping over. And he'll be probably about 5 metres out for a tap in. Well, you'd hope a tap in. You never know.
Andrew, can he get over that water? Oh, he's going to be swimming.
Yeah, that's probably 10 centimetres deep. So
at least ankle to shin height.
Shin height.
Jacob doesn't want anything to do with that lake.
I'm going to avoid that lake, but I'm going to go into the other lake. Out to the right.
There's just lakes everywhere.
Yeah. It was, as you can see, that most of the fairways are wet. But it looks like
Echo getting a
Echo
skip.
managing to find one of the only areas of the fairway that's dry. Well, I think this is Jacob's first baptism in the water.
As you can see him putting on his high-vis floaties.
Gonna pick his way through this gap. Oh, it's great. Oh, a bit of a water roll. I mean, not as close as you'd hope, but
It'll play. He's confident on the green. It's one of the stronger points of his game, so I think he'll have that one.
Love it from Echo. Just playing super easy, up the middle. Gonna tap in at par and walk away. Andrew also getting wet feet.
Oh, come on. Give him that one.
Come on. Andrew not able to catch a break on the green. Alright, Ashton staring down a birdie.
Come on, get some green on that scorecard.
Oh. Just off the cage, like centimetre away from just sneaking over.
He'll take another par and move on. Add to that nice grey scorecard, which again, there's nothing wrong with that today. Unfortunate for Jacob.
Yeah, a couple of flooded putts. Like, it's hard to focus on getting it in the basket when you're focusing on how wet your feet are going. And
just another
bogey.
Just another mental thing to add. With all the other things running through your head when you're trying to sink a putt, you don't need flooded shoes.
Yeah, you don't want to sink yourself.
No flooded problems for Echo there. Yeah. Tapping in a par. Well done.
Matching Ashton, which is excellent result. And a par for Andrew. So there you see, I mean, 3 of our feature card here getting pars, so no wonder it played slightly under par.
Hole 17, 79 metres, par 3. OB path down the right-hand side. Nice little short, low ceiling, tight gap hole. Really nice change from the original tee position from the normal Caroline Bay course.
Yes, playing from slightly higher up the path, and also brings obviously elevation into play. So quite a fun little hole, I think. Technical, got the hole, the gap to hit off the tee. And similar to hole 2, Ashton collecting some early tree and falling short.
Other than the amount of trees and the amount of puddles on this hole, there was quite a strong left to right wind. So even overstable discs were getting pushed right straight into that OB by the wind.
Great throw there from Andrew. He's probably about 5 meters out. This hole was actually playing as the CTP hole for round 1, thanks to Kyle at the Art of Discs. Just trying to remember who got closest. I think it was Simon Feasy.
I'm not sure.
That name rings a bell. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but congratulations. Sorry for the spoiler. None of these guys are going to get closer than that.
There we go.
That's a good bid for Jacob. As you can see there, the
CTP
CTP is pretty close. That's a good effort on hole 17.
Echo unfortunately finding OB here. Have a pretty, hopefully routine upshot. Yes.
Routine.
Great shot out of
Awesome
Echo.
upshot. Great result. Yeah, it's such a shame that she can't lean on her backhand as much as she would like due to her injury, but it certainly goes to show she's got an excellent form with that backhand.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Ashton leaving it quite short on his upshot. It's going to be a massive putt to save par. Oh, front and center cage, just low.
Unfortunate for Ashton, adding some more orange to the scorecard.
Jacob going long for his birdie bid. See if Andrew can get a birdie in this back 9. Oh! Like hit the top of the cage and just flicked out the wrong direction.
Sometimes those are lucky and they go in. Most of the time they go out.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Andrew. Ashton tapping out his bogey.
Ashton is leaving the scene. He's fed up with getting bogeys.
He's fed up with the weather.
He's probably fed up with,
Oh,
with
Echo.
rain.
It's always a timely reminder that you've got to take your time on those 1 to 2 meter tap in putts, because when there's wind and there's rain, things can go wrong.
Yeah. So she'll have to walk away with a double bogey. And here we have the final hole of this first round. It's a 90 meter par 3 hole. It's an island hole. Got this path separating the tee and the green. And we've also got the wall around the back, which beyond that is OB, but it's a great backstop if you get a roll away.
Great final hole with the Corflute board with all the sponsors on it. Andrew again with his Firehawk off the tee.
And yeah, just turn that one over, hitting the bank and not rolling back into the green area. So he's going to be heading to the drop zone.
The drop zone is the normal tee for the hole 9 on Caroline Bay course. It's a fairly short, little 40 meter, 35 meter.
Good confidence boosting final hole.
Yeah,
And
sometimes
as we
you need
see, confidence boosting for Jacob. He's reached the green. Not quite as deep as he would like, but he's on the island. Artie from Ashton, and that is leaked left.
There's that meat hook you were talking about.
It's a bit more of the Artie action I'm familiar with. So Ashton will also be heading to the drop zone. Probably not the finish he would like for his round. He's going to have to work hard to save a par from there. And Echo, going to be tough to get to the green for her, so she'll also be advancing to the drop zone.
It was quite a long way, a good 70 or so meters to even get on the island. This hole averaging 3.91 for the round.
Oh, almost a stroke over. Wow. Good up from the drop zone from Andrew. Ashton with that tactic, getting saved by the Corflute there.
Good use of the backboard.
Yep. See if Echo can reach it with her really, really good backhand. And she does. Like, it just goes to show, if she could throw that on most of the tees, like, Echo would be in hot contention.
I would love to see Echo on another card.
Yep.
Back at full form, using her backhand, because, man, she's got some skills.
And a nice little up there for Jacob. He probably knew he couldn't get that, so just laying up, and he'll take his par to finish off the back 9. Andrew, he'll have a short tap in for his bogey to finish round 1 at 12 over par. Ashton squeezing in, getting his extra metre towards the basket, which is pretty handy. He'll get a bogey. He's going to finish up on +3, taking those 3 bogeys throughout this back 9. Not what he would have wanted, but still pretty good score for this conditions. Jacob's taking a +10 to finish the first round, and Echo is finishing with a bogey and +27. And there we have it, our feature card finishing up through the back 9 for round 1. It's been an awesome day of disc golf. Not quite the conditions people want, but great to be out there battling and putting in some competitive scores. Here we see the overall results for round 1. Simon Feasey taking out the lead at -1. Matt Pritchard in second with even, and then a bunch of people tied up in third position with +1. So shooting, close to even is actually really good. And if you weren't aware, the weather was really packing in with flood warnings all around the region. So tournament director Chris Smith made the decision to call it one day early, didn't play the Sunday, and these are the final results after round 2, played on the Saturday. Stephen Reed tying with Levi Stout at even for the tournament, but with a 1-hole playoff, Stephen Reed taking the lead for his first ever New Zealand Disc Golf Tour win.
Yeah, unfortunately a really hard decision for Chris to make, but due to snow on the passes and flood warnings coming in with the local rivers, it was the right call.
So great to see Stephen Reed take out the win. I know he's been wanting this for quite some time, I think 4 years on the tour, and this is his first win, so it's great to see. And of course, thanks so much to all the sponsors, Chris Smith Disc Golf, Vortica Disc Golf, Gecko Disc Sports, All About Signs, and of course, Timaru Tourism for all of their help throughout this event. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Chris.
And I'm Jeremy, thanks for having me.
No worries, and we'll see you at the next one.